terms, right? The field of machine learning has been motivated by broadly a question which is um, humans learn, and just like humans learn how to do things, can we make machines learn, right? And obviously, the field then looks at how do humans learn, right? So humans often learn from data, right? If you show me many examples of good versus bad, if you show a child many examples of what's good, what's bad, the child will quickly pick up on what a parent wants the child to do and what the parent doesn't want the child to do, right? So these are learning from examples, right? This is right, this is wrong, and we pick up the signal in between to learn what's right and what's wrong. So humans are very good at that, and machine learning algorithms in the last few decades have also become very good at learning from massive amounts of data to make these types of decisions. Humans also learn from experience, right? So you might have gone through an airport in transit and ran into problems because the security line may have been too long, right? And if that happens more than once to you, you might say, you know what, the next time I'm traveling, I'm not going to transit through that airport. I'm going to go through somewhere else, right? So within machine learning too, there are algorithms that try to mimic this concept and say, how do we build algorithms that learn from experience to make decisions in sequence and so on? And in particular, today, there are a class of algorithms called reinforcement learning algorithms that are very popular because of how they've been used in the AI context. So the AI question, on the other hand, has been broader. The AI question is not just about learning, but how do you build intelligent systems, right? Can you create intelligence? And certainly, one way of creating that intelligence is to use machine learning, right, under the hood. And so the two, in popular terms, sometimes get used interchangeably. But I think it's worth, just from the point of view of literacy, it's worth understanding that the terms mean different things. And in a sense, I think the consensus today is that the term AI is certainly broader than machine learning itself. And just a last note on literacy, taxonomy. Now, this is important for two reasons. Uh, Within the field of machine learning, we talked about algorithms that learn from data and learn from experience. In this list that you see here, there are four categories of algorithms that have been developed over the last few decades in research. The first two category, which is supervised learning algorithms and unsupervised learning algorithms, have been, we understand these extremely well. They've been used in business to build predictive models for the last 15, 20 years. And these algorithms have made big impact in business decisions. When you're using credit cards right now, if a transaction is possibly fraudulent, if someone has stolen your card or your number and is using it somewhere, these predictive models, based on the nature of the transaction, can predict that the transaction is likely to be a fraudulent transaction and prevent the bank from paying the merchant, right? So these types of algorithms are ingrained in everyday life, and businesses have done very well in the last 10 to 20 years building their own data sets, making predictions, and using these predictions to make business decisions. If you walk into a retail store like Walmart, every single product that's placed there is placed for a reason, and more often than not, there was a predictive model behind the scenes that instructed Walmart to place it there, right? So this is how good the business world has become with predictive modeling and using the first two categories in this taxonomy, right? Methods that can help us build predictions. The last two categories, the self-supervised learning algorithms and reinforcement learning algorithms, have been around in the research community for a while, but these techniques have made massive inroads in the context of generative AI. And so many of the magic that we are experiencing with ChatGPT and its cousins today, under the hood, are driven by machine learning algorithms that do self supervised learning and reinforcement learning and some combinations of these two to bring out the magic that we see. And we'll talk about a little more about this shortly.